Your mind has no edge and science agrees. You probably think your consciousness, your awareness, the feeling of being you, lives somewhere inside your head. It feels like it's right behind your eyes, a pilot in the cockpit of your body. It's the most common sense idea in the world. But what if I told you that neuroscientists have searched the brain for a single center of consciousness and found nothing? This isn't a failure of science. It points to a radical and profound new way of thinking about the mind. What if your consciousness isn't in your brain at all? What if it isn't neatly contained inside your skull? If that's even remotely true, it could change everything we think we know about ourselves and our place in the universe. What neuroscientists have discovered is that consciousness isn't in one spot. Instead, it's associated with vast, distributed networks spread across the brain, particularly involving the cortex and thalamus. It's more like a symphony than a soloist. But this discovery, instead of solving the puzzle, just made it deeper. If the symphony is playing everywhere, who or what is actually listening to the music? This is what philosophers call the hard problem of consciousness. The search for the seat of consciousness has led scientists to a startling place. There doesn't seem to be a throne. There is no single physical edge where awareness begins or ends. This has forced a monumental shift in thinking. The prevailing view is that consciousness is an emergent property of complex neural activity. But the lack of a clear answer has also opened the door to more speculative questions. Maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. What if the brain doesn't just create consciousness? What if it also receives it? What if the brain is more like a radio than a generator? However, many neuroscientists remain skeptical, arguing the brain's endogenous fields are generally too weak to have such a significant effect. While these field theories are far from proven and remain on the fringes of scientific consensus, they take us to our central mystery. If consciousness is a property of a field generated by the brain, what are its limits? If your mind isn't entirely contained within your skull, where does it end? Why do we each feel like a private, individual awareness, walled off from everyone else?